Hello, everyone. I am coming to you live from Bellevue, Tennessee. This is a hotel room, maybe you can tell. And there is one very, very foggy, dirty window. Well, I shouldn't say dirty, but it looks like it could stand to be cleaned. That's giving me a little light. Otherwise, it's dark. And hello, Joshua. Hello, Kilro S. Where are you writing from, Kilro? I don't recognize your name, but I'd love to know. I am so happy to be here. You know, traveling during COVID is kind of surreal. And hello, Sam. Where are you writing from? Hey, Dee. Just remind everybody where you're writing from when you tune in. I did not. India, fantastic. Hold on just a second. I didn't firm it up with our monitor that we were doing this. He should know. I don't even know what. Okay. Where is he? Anyway. In Nashville. Yes. Sorry, I didn't clarify that, Susie. Susie, you're in northern Georgia, right? Am I finally starting to remember this correctly? I hope. Yes, Bellevue is a very up and coming area of Nashville. Nashville, of course, before COVID, and the Uber driver today said it's still on fire. It's the fastest growing city in the country. I'm sure that all the businesses closing and everything due to the virus has put a big damper on that, but still. And a lot of people are moving to the country. Guess what? I'm finding out. The inspector, did I say this the other day? One inspector in one town told me he had 12 California clients just in the last few weeks. And that's just one town in Tennessee. Hi, Denise. Louisiana. Where in Louisiana, Sam? Do you have a garden? And have you been with my channel for a long time, or am I just now getting to know you? Let's see. No, I haven't, Susie. I'll just run. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Jamila. Ooh. Well, Jamila, all I can say is I hope the numbers are not accurate and really not that many people are sick in Trinidad and Tobago. It's two separate islands. You're one government, I guess. So island to island, I don't know if it's about the same or not. I mean, I'm thinking the islands are separate. At any rate, just a little rundown. I am set up to see the place tomorrow, but I'm also seeing another place tomorrow that was prearranged. And so this trip is for the next 5 days. This trip is just like this. I tried to explain it to my mother. Yes, I've seen my mother already. She's doing well. And so let's see, I got up at 3:15 this morning, and Vanita picked me up at 4:30, and I was at the airport at 5, and took a little nap. Southwest Terminal now has these 2 sofas at the gate, and it's sort of comfortable. And I was just like, oh, okay, leaning against the side, and it kind of snoozed a little bit. And then I slept almost the whole flight, which just never happens. But, travel, like I was going to say, traveling now with the virus is very surreal. It's very quiet. A lot of people are not traveling with children, so it's quieter for that reason. And Southwest, at least, is guaranteeing no people will sit in the middle seats. So you have some space between people. And it's just, and they're not serving any food. It's literally water. And they walk by with a tray of pretzels. So that doesn't take long. So it's very quiet. And of course, the airport is not crowded, so that's quiet. Then you get into Nashville, and of course, everyone is masked up. And Southwest has made an announcement now that no more kerchiefs, handkerchiefs, got to have an official mask to fly on their plane. And maybe in the airport as well. I don't know. At any rate, what was I going to say? Then you get to Nashville. And yes, I mean, it's still, people are still wearing masks and stuff, but you get off at the Southwest Terminal and there's a restaurant there that it's been there forever. And there's live music. And I'm going, did they put a big plexiglass thing in front of her? So I took a peek in the restaurant, and she's just sitting up there as normal, playing her guitar and singing. Everybody's eating. It looks normal in the restaurant, but out in the hallways, it's different. Let's see. Is Denise laughing? Still waiting. Uh-oh. Well, Kevin, the features are wait, the expressions are featureless because you can't see them to start with. If anybody's wearing glasses and a mask, I mean, there's very little else to see. You really can't. In fact, you have to drop your mask to go through security so they can see if you're the right person. Oh my God. Sam says he has had a garden, but it was over a snake den. I would think you'd need to get out your gun and kill them, but don't listen to me. Let's see. Oh, hi, Haffy. Let's see. Who else is here? Connie, hi. Yes, she's, she doesn't understand that she's doing well. And she asked me, am I doing well? And I explained to her, I mean, one of the tech came in. I don't know if she's a technician or I'm not exactly sure what her title is, but she works for the facility. We also hire caregivers to sit with her for 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm not clear on how many hours, and help her facilitate her bathroom breaks and things. And but someone that actually works there came in and she said, over the weekend, she came in and she wanted to get up and they put her in the wheelchair and she went upstairs and she had a conversation with one of the other patients or clients there for an hour. I was just stunned. So I got her up and sat her in the chair and we talked for a while until and put her feet on I bought her a foot. My mother has a condition called Raynaud's syndrome. I don't know if anybody's heard of that, but she suffered from that for years. And her feet, what happens is your extremities just go cold. Let me know if anybody's ever experienced that. It's really, really an uncomfortable thing that you cannot get them warmed up. And so she used to have all these heavy socks and these like kind of boots you wear, après ski, they're all furry inside and everything. And it was just, and I thought, I'm going to get her a foot massager just to help with the circulation. And so she still has it and it's sitting there. And so I put her feet on the foot massager. I got her in the chair and, so we had a nice conversation, which she won't remember, but we did have it. I remember. And so she is doing Raynaud's. Yes. Yes. Since so many other things have happened to her, I haven't really kept track of it. I mean, I haven't really noticed that she's had that. Maybe she's forgotten that she has it and she doesn't have it because she's forgotten. I don't know. Yes, I am, Kodiak. I am. And okay, get back to work, but thanks for dropping in for a second. Yeah, it's a difficult situation to have that. Sam, what did you do? Did you wind up getting another garden in somewhere that wasn't a snaky? I forgot where you said you were and where you are. Oh, don't tell me this thing's not working. Okay, here we go. Oh, Charlie, I missed you. Hi, Charlie. Remind everybody where you are. I know just because you said it once, you think, oh, everybody knows, but there are always new people. And that's what's so exciting. We have 33 people. Hopefully we'll get a lot more. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you get a chance. And I will, Louisiana. Oh, yeah. I remember the first time I went to Louisiana, Sam, and I was in I had a boyfriend, and we had a Willys wagon that we had restored. He was great at all that kind of, the mechanical and the painting and all that. This Willys wagon had like 5 coats of lacquer, and it was like this color, except bluer. And oh, that thing was beautiful. And I sewed, because I could sew. I sewed a whole new headliner, and I made these decoupage. I think that's what we called those. Is that what we called them, Denise? The little panels you make out of. You make it out of that thin wood. What is that? Not masonite. Is it masonite? No, it looks like wood. Maybe it's a 1/4 inch plywood. I can't remember. But in the old Willys wagon, the way the metal doors were formed, there was an indentation, and it literally was. I think what came with the Jeep was just almost like a cardboard, thick cardboard that pushed in and clamped into it, into these inserts for the side doors, and those were all trashed. And so I redid those with wood, and I put pictures on them, and I decoupaged it and then lacquered it. And that's a story. You wouldn't believe what happened to that Jeep. Oh my God. Oh, what a story. But at any rate, the first time I went to Louisiana, we we went camping in Louisiana. Thank you, Haffy. Haffy has made a very generous super chat donation. If anybody else would like to jump in, I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, I went to Louisiana, and we were camping somewhere, and oh my gosh, we could camp in the back of this thing. We had a bed built in it and all that stuff. And so we're camping in the back of this thing, and you could hear the mosquitoes coming in like dive bombers, like, and it was, how'd you like that sound effect? Anyway, we were so desperate. We were burning those mosquito coils inside I'm surprised we didn't both die, inside the Jeep with the windows closed, because you couldn't open the windows because more mosquitoes would come in. Oh my gosh. I'm not trying to give Louisiana a bad name, but I mean, they do have some very serious mosquitoes. And this was before mosquitoes got so scary. Actually, those were just regular mosquitoes. Now they all carry these horrible diseases. It's incredible. But anyway, I hope you I hope you have a garden where you don't have to deal with snakes. And let's see. Oh, that's not good, Joshua. Hi, Lori. Tell your husband thank you. I decided not to cut my hair. This has never happened. I haven't had my hair this long. I've told this story before. Since my older son was 15. I was 15 years ago, almost 15 years ago. But I just thought, the thing is, when you're an actor, and I am an actor, and I was an actor way before Late Bloomer, and I'm still technically an actor, even though there's nothing happening, except for my channel, which is my gig. That's my gig now, and has been. You always want to kind of keep your hair the length of your headshot. And so my headshots were always like, my hair was always like this. And so you don't want to walk in looking like this if your headshot shows hair like that. So and it costs a lot of money to get new headshots. So you just kind of keep the same look for years and years and years and years. And I had the same length of hair from the time I started in 1980 until 1997. I went to New York, and one of my best friends in New York, because I used to live in New York, so I have 3 really close friends still there. And one of them said she had this guy that would I should have him cut my hair. And I went over to his place. We went over to his place, and for 2 hours, he got out the books of like Marilyn Monroe, these Marilyn Monroe hairstyle books with her and her hairstyle and everything back in the day. And he spent 2 hours cutting my hair. It was the best haircut I have ever had in my entire life. I looked fabulous, like Billy Crystal used to say. You look fabulous, darling. And anyway, so I came home, had to get all new headshots. Well, that's hundreds of dollars. So you just don't do that. But now it's like there are no auditions. So, hey, let my hair grow. Tell him thank you. Let's see. So, hello, Daryl. I have an update with everything. Let me just make sure I say hi to everybody. Jack would be the one that would let me know that, Lynn. He had said that that it was possible, and so I don't know how bad it's going to be. Right now, it's clear right now. So I'm going to be driving. So, oh, I'm way behind. Hold on. Ultimate Gardening. Hi. Remind everybody where you are. Oh, Kilrow, thank you for trying. I think the super chat is probably only in the US. I don't know that for a fact, but I appreciate your kind thought to do that. And thank you, Denise. Well, what I do, if anybody's interested, because I used to, curl and rollers and the whole thing. And no. Keep it simple. I wash my hair, condition my hair, obviously, and then I do my Little House on the Prairie thing. I take the 2 pigtails, I wind it up, and I clip it here till it dries. That's all I do, and I just sleep like that, and I take it down. It was like that all day, and I just took it down. And I didn't even brush the hairbrush through it. Lori got her new T-shirt finally in Canada. That's fantastic. Oh, that's great. Lori, if you're on Facebook, I can't remember, take a picture, a selfie of yourself with your T-shirt, smile. Make sure the camera's up here. I've given you that pro tip before, everybody. When you're taking a selfie, don't take a selfie down here. Don't put the camera down there. Put the camera up here. Everybody looks better with the camera up here. That chin up, you know what I'm saying? Light in the face. Okay. Great. Gray Home. Hello. Where are you writing from, and do you have a garden? Is this the first time you're joining my live chat? Let's see. What did I say, Joshua? It is you look marvelous. I don't even know what I said now. That is the expression. Jerry Paul is with Lori Lumex in Saskatchewan, Canada. And I know. I agree, Jerry. Let's see. That's great. That's great, Jerry. Okay, so I think I'm caught up on comments. I think I've said hello to Nellie. Hi from Decatur, Illinois. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, it's marvelous. You're right, Joshua. Thank you for the correction. Let's see. I think I said hello to everyone. I didn't say hello to my Russian friend who is, I want to say Valerie. Did I get that right? Because the Russian name, it's impossible for me to pronounce that. But I think you said in English it's Valerie writing. So correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, golly. So Joshua, you must be in Nashville then. Let's see. Oh, really? Kevin? Really? So where's Jack when I need him? I told him I was on. When is this storm supposed to hit, Kevin? Because I am not going to take a chance. I better check on that. Okay. I think Marley 1 is here. Valerie, I got it right. Petrovsky. I should remember that too, because One of my best friends is named Dottie Petrosky. Petrosky with no V. Wait. Yeah, no V. Petrosky. Ultimate Gardening. Where? Oh, Florida. Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean? You're 13 years old and you influence 8 companies. What does that mean? I don't know what you mean. And that's all right. You're 13. Don't tell me your name. It's fine. But what do you mean? And thank you for joining, Valerie. I'm so glad. It must be very late there. Okay, Laura, you tuned in just a moment late. This is live from Bellevue. I am in Bellevue, which is Nashville, a part of Nashville, a very up and coming part of Nashville. Straight towards Houston. Aren't there 2 though, Jerry? Okay, everybody, I just want you to stop for just a moment. We have a special guest. Christina Horgan is on, and it was her birthday yesterday, and I think I should sing her happy birthday live. Don't you? Christina Horgan is my late bloomer soulmate. She was with me from before the very first episode of Late Bloomer in 2000. When did we first meet? Well, it was the beginning of 2012. And she was with me even after everybody else left. And she did didn't you do, you did, of course you did. Chris, okay, I'm jumping subjects, everybody, and I'm going to sing happy birthday. So Chris, just, no, she's gone. Are you gone? Christina, well, I call her Chris. Chris, can you please just stay for a minute? You'll want to hear this. I hope she's still there. Anyway, everybody, remember I was telling you this thing I was going to do with it runs concurrently to what would have been Burning Man, which is a big musical event that happens out in the desert in California. I guess that's not going on. So a musician friend that oh, Chris, don't leave yet. Listen to this. So if you all remember, I know Chris was with me up through that fabulous before and now, the the retrospective from the beginning of my garden, my Late Bloomer Garden 1.0 to May of 2019. I put this out in May of 2019, and Chris did the sound on that. I'd love for you to go back and watch that video, especially if you haven't seen it. The sound is beautiful. We used John Pileggi's, did I say that right? I think I said it right. Music that he composed. He had composed music for the last season of Late Bloomer, maybe a season and a half of Late Bloomer. And I think that was season 3 and season 4. He was composing the music for that. We used some of his music that he created for Late Bloomer for this particular episode. And it's just beautiful. I'm so proud of that because it really tells the story of my garden from start to almost finish. And so this thing that I'm doing, Chris, I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's called Earth Jam Multiverse. Earth Jam Multiverse. It's taking place for 7 days from August 30th to September 7th online. It's all online. It's going to be primarily music because that's what Burning Man primarily is. But there are also going to be some other things. And the gal that's organizing it used to teach Will piano. And she thought of me and she asked if I wanted to teach a gardening workshop. I told her because I was traveling, I didn't know where I would be to try to set up some kind of a workshop live. And she said, do you want to do a pre-record? And so what I put together was what I'm rolling out, and I'll announce it now because I'm so excited. It's called #Victory Gardens 2020. So it's a whole idea that I am rolling out, and I am going to try to inspire people all over the world to reinvigorate home gardening. and we need it more now. We need it now more than ever. And so I put together a little presentation and I put that video inside the presentation that's pre-recorded. And I don't know the schedule for that yet. She'll let me know what my time slot is. I said, please don't schedule it between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. when I'm just absolutely dead. But Chris, you're wide awake at 2 a.m. Chris used to, because she works on other projects and she has another job. She used to very often do when it's quiet, she very often used to do my sound editing like 1, 2 in the morning because she's a night owl. My favorite night owl. And remember when I was looking for an apartment early on, Chris was trying to get me to come up and live in her building, but the timing just didn't work out. Oh, I see Ultimate Gardening. I got it. So anyway, Chris, I sent John an email to see if he wanted to participate in this Earth Jam multiverse. I think that's what it's called, multiverse. And he said he was traveling. He's, when family comes first with John, he was doing something with his family. So, no, I mean, I know it's Pelegi. I just couldn't remember if it was supposed to be Pelegi or Pelegi, but I'm just sure because it's 2 G's, it has to be Pelegi. Anyway, very quickly, everybody, come on, everybody join me. I know you're at computer, but join me anyway. Nobody's listening except Chris. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you yesterday. Happy birthday, dear Chris, sound editor extraordinaire. Happy birthday to you and 100 more. I hope you like that. Yes, the platform, I don't know. She said it could host 7 million streams. It's so over my head. And when we did that Zoom, they were talking about all the technical stuff. And I'm just like, okay, just tell me what I have to do and when I have to have it there, because I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, there's my good friend Mei Ling. Hi, Mei Ling. Everybody send Mei Ling some good wishes. She's had some health issues she's dealing with, and we love her so much. Hazel, oh my God, Hazel is here too. That's Hazel from England, everybody. All these wonderful friends are tuning in today. So be sure and say hi to them. And let's see, rain will hit Tennessee on Saturday. Just a few inches of rain, east part of Tennessee. Okay. Okay. Well, that's where I'm going to be. Wait, on... that's where we'll be. East part of Tennessee, very east part of Tennessee. Well, hopefully it won't spoil the fun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that singing, Hazel. I actually practiced that, everybody. I sent her a message and I already sang happy birthday to her on her phone. Oh my God. Ultimate Gardening has subscribed to me when he was 9 years old, and he's 13 now. I love my young subscribers. It's fantastic. So anyway, about the whole thing is tomorrow, weather permitting, I'm going to a property in the morning, and then guess who? And Chris, you worked on this. You will remember Barefoot Gardener, Barefoot Farmer. Oh my God, I am Gardener Farmer. Barefoot Farmer. I am seeing Barefoot Farmer tomorrow for the first time since I interviewed him for that slideshow with music and narration that I did. I guess you just call that a slideshow presentation. I did that. What was that, Chris? At least 4 years ago. Do you remember? We only did about, how many videos did we do together? 400 at least. Anyway, so the coast of Louisiana and Texas. Oh, okay. Well, we have friends on the coast of Louisiana, and we have friends on the coast of Alabama too. Fit Vegan Gardener, I am well. How are you, and where are you? Remind everybody where you are. I will be seeing Barefoot Farmer tomorrow for the first time in 5 years. I'm actually going from the first place, which he recommended me to. I'm going to go see that, and then I'm going to go to his place, and then he wants to show me an area. He thinks like you originally thought, Daryl, and still think, and Denise, that I need to come to Tennessee and rent a place and be here for a while and really figure out where I want to live. And it may not be the place I'm going to tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. How would I know until I try it? I mean, you're all right. Up in Vermont. Wonderful. Thank you for thumbing up, Valerie. Valerie, right? Yes. Everybody, Valerie, it looks like Banapu, but it's Russian, and her name is Valerie. Right. Right, Kevin. And I didn't trust my gut entirely, because I haven't even seen this place tomorrow. But Daryl and Denise, my boots on the ground, went there. Gosh, was it Saturday or Sunday? And took video, and I mean, Denise took video and sent it to me. And I've already told you this. He had used the pictures from the previous sale. He had only owned it for 2 years, and he'd used the pictures from the previous guy. So it didn't look quite like the pictures. So it's going to be a lot of work. So we'll see. And then after that, I've got more traveling to do. That's a secret. And can't talk about that until after, until Saturday. I'll tell you on Sunday where I'm going on Saturday. Thank you, Mei Ling. I hope so. Right. Yeah, Kevin. And I know that because I just sold a house, and I know that they use the widest angle of lens to photograph the rooms. And now, oh my gosh, Vanita. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Hello. Now they not only do they have drones, to show you the overview. A lot of them do, but they turn it into this 3D presentation that is just unreal. I mean, Vanita went in and completely cleaned out a house and staged it in like 2 or 3 weeks. It was incredible. It was a house on the beach, and I looked at this. She said the guys came in the afternoon. He came in twice with 2 cameras, shot it with one set camera, and then came in with another camera and shot it, and put this presentation together that I mean, there must be some program or something that just puts it all together. It was unbelievable, and turned this thing around in a day. It's unbelievable. I mean, the next day she had it. It was like, what? Holy cow. I used to go and photograph a party, and it would be like a week before I get the pictures to the client. Oh, well, I guess that's why I never was that successful. Yes, well. Valari. Thank you for correcting me. It's Valari, not Valerie. Male. Valari. And I don't even know Valari. I'm assuming it's Valari. Our Fit Vegan Gardeners talking about Maine. Okay, I understand, Chris, if you've got to go. I really appreciate you tuning in, and and it's so exciting to have Mei Ling here, and Hazel Tate is here. Hopefully, Hazel, you're sitting there with a cup of English tea, and no, you drink what do you drink? You drink peppermint tea. She drinks peppermint tea. Her husband drinks the really strong black tea. But anyway, I thought you might be interested in knowing how I travel. You know, and there's one thing about traveling and staying well during all this. I've got all those vitamins. We could talk about all that, but I rather than bringing my whole big thing of oils, I just want to show you what I brought for this trip. I brought Valor for courage. I brought Sensation just to make me feel great, and Envision so that I can help envision my future. I love these oils. I bring Peppermint for headaches and for, if my sinuses get all clogged. I bring Thieves to keep me well. It says cloves and other herbs. It's based on a formula that saved a lot of people from the plague. And then of course this is all Young Living essential oils. And then I have my Thieves hand sanitizer. And I also have a spray, but I can't find which pocket I put it in. And then I bring this for aches and pains, Deep Relief Roll-On. This really smells great. And this, I won't need this at all, will I? Stress Away Roll-On. Oh my gosh, I'm not stressed right now. But I brought, Olive made me this Comfrey Balm. And this is a little travel size that she got me. And the thing is, when you're washing your hands all the time, especially when you're traveling, you're always washing your hands, or even when you're out of your house, going anywhere, to the store, anywhere, you're washing your hands all the time. And boy, do your hands get really dry. The skin of your hands gets so dry. And this Comfrey Balm is just fantastic. It feels fantastic. And my big plan, because I have Comfrey growing. By the way, has everybody seen my video today? I hope. 46 of you. I certainly hope so. And this is colloidal silver, which I spray when I come into a space. I spray it. Did you know that colloidal silver is antibacterial? And that has no smell whatsoever. I suppose you could put something in there, but there's nothing in there. That we made from a larger, that we put in a smaller bottle that was in a larger bottle and put it into a spray. But that's one of the things I use to kind of stay well. Of course, I'm taking the 4 vitamins that many doctors have recommended to fight the virus, or to protect you against the virus. And also, if the Deep Relief isn't enough, then I also have Arnicare Roll-On, because I find that I have a lot of pinching in the spine. In fact, I went to the chiropractor or the day before I left. I went to the chiropractor, and he does this thing where you cross your arms and then he bends over you and like, let's see, how does he do it? So you're like this, and he comes over and grabs you like that, and then puts his fist under a certain disc, and then you go down on the fist. And the first one I just had a little pop, no big deal. And then he does it twice. And then the second one, it went crack, 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 crack. It was like, woo. Boy, I tell you, that really opened up the circulation. Thank you. Well, only one. Well, I take that back. A lot of my plants, what I don't cover in that video, only because I never got over there, was I don't cover all the plants that I gave to Vanita. And she said, I believe she said some of them got too hot in the sun. So I don't know what survived over there. I kept mostly the ones that were, I kept the ones that were already established. And she took all of those, remember all of those plants? I gave a few away, but all those plants I was growing in the garden, my indoor garden, all those plants, she took over there. And I don't know. Isn't that smart? Valari is saying they use colloidal silver spray, atomize it, and inhale it, and it kills infection. And hopefully that helps mine. Oh, and of course, Young Living also makes these wonderful. Sometimes you just can't. You're traveling and you just can't. You don't have your big 16-ounce jar of raw honey to take a teaspoon and so I have these wonderful. These are Thieves, again, part of the Thieves line of Young Living, and I know Sharon Horvat has been to my site several times. So Sharon, if you're thinking of getting some product, reach out to me and let's. Hey, Tracy has just joined. It's 6:41. Everyone, we're going to be on for 19 more minutes, and yeah. Well, Fit Vegan Gardener, I am a distributor for Young Living and have been for over a decade. And I don't spend a lot of time on it because I'm so busy with other stuff, but I should. But I do use the products and I love them. And both of my diffusers are broken. Otherwise, I have a diffuser in my office and I have one in my bedroom. So when I go to bed, I turn it on, stays on all night on a low thing. And then when I go in my office, I put on Clarity. It's a blend called Clarity. And I tell you, when I put that on, I can think and I can work for hours. And I don't need a whole ton of caffeine to do it. 9:42 a.m. in Russia. Where are you in Russia, by the way? Russia's a big country. I don't know if we've talked about that. So I know that you can go online and buy some Young Living, individual products here and there. But if you want, first of all, if you want to support a distributor by joining and buying products from them, then they benefit. Anyone that that they're above them benefits. So it's a win-win situation. So anybody that's interested in getting into distributing essential oils, you couldn't be with a better company. Okay, so what have we not covered that we need to? What questions does everybody have? Oh my gosh. I didn't know that, Daryl, because normally you think of throwing pennies, which used to be copper, or at least a copper blend or something, an alloy. He says the custom of throwing coins into a wishing well comes from the practice of using silver coins to kill bacteria in the water. I had no idea of that. And I think it's absolutely remarkable. And I just heard a surprising, shocking fact. And this comes from the United States Geological Survey, USGS, that the Earth's supply of silver will be depleted in 2025. 2025. So that's kind of scary. Let's see. Yes. Well, you can buy lots of diffusers, but Young Living has some really nice ones. Barbara, good evening. I'm glad you got tuned in. You'll have to go back and watch because I've already covered a whole bunch of stuff, and I sang happy birthday to my former sound editor, and who may or may not still be on. Yes, we humans do. Except I think we've about finished the pillaging. I don't know if there's much more to pillage. I think everything is going to become digitized. Really? A Fraser Park is in Colorado? Is that where it is? And you would rent a farm. You would rent a farm. That's interesting. I hadn't thought of renting a farm. The Pilgrims put silver coins and burnt biscuits in their water barrels to get across the ocean. Isn't that, well, I think a lot of them died though, didn't they? Anyway. Oh, right. On the way to Bakersfield. Interesting, Lynn. I'd love to hear more about that. Yeah. We'll see how many people are around for the, a million years from now, Kevin. Hey, Carolyn. Thank you for tuning in. Remind everybody where you are. I'm going to try to see if I can remember. No, I can't. Just tell us. And does anybody else have any questions for me? No, I don't think so either. Virginia. Right. Virginia. What did I just hear about Virginia? Let's see. I heard something about Tennessee, which was not good. And I heard something about, I want to say it was Virginia. Oh, well, so much information, too little time to try to remember it all. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I needed to tell you or discuss, just to put kind of in the back of your mind the EarthJam multiverse. Let's see if I Google that, if I can even find it. I'm sorry. I am going to stop using that term. I really want to say I'm going to search it. This is saying like I need a Kleenex or a Q-tip. Those are brand names, okay? We're just searching for information. It's here. EarthJam. Burning Man Multiverse. EarthJam. No, is that right? Join us for the largest virtual art and music event in history. I am part of that. August 30th through September 7th, 2020. Allow yourself to step out of the default world and be welcomed home to a world of possibilities. Global via iOS, Android, and a Oculus Quest. Participate. Wouldn't that be cool? This looks different. I don't remember this. And I don't remember that. That doesn't look like the same thing. Huh. Well, we'll see. I don't remember these pictures. Maybe it's a different one. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Organic gardening in North Carolina. Dave, how you doing? Are you getting any bad weather from the hurricane? Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Oh, thank you for asking. Lyndon is not with me. Lyndon is at home and she is being cared for by my neighbor, who that's what she does for a living, is she walks dogs and she takes care of people's animals when they go away and all that. So fortunately, she's right in the building, and she said, I could come up several times a day. I'm only going to, she's charging me very, very little money. So, if she finds a nice surprise in the litter box, I'm going to be a happy camper. Let's see. Kevin, I'm not crazy about bugs. I like photographing bugs. I don't like bugs biting me, though. And unfortunately, they do that a lot in Florida. Beatrice, what are you talking about? I am on my big trip. This is my big trip. Yeah, and I do need rest. You're right. Oh, I know. That's the thing I'm going to miss the most about, well, two things. If I am actually able to separate myself from California, that's still an if. It's really hard to contemplate. I've been there a very long time. I'm very used to the weather. And I'm a people person, and I loved my neighborhood. Hazel, are you still there? I miss you so much. Hazel would walk by almost every day. Well, she would walk by every day. I wouldn't always see her walking by every day. I'd be inside on my computer. But that's how we met. Hazel, the British lady that is in my video about the tea and scones and the post-war growing up in post-war London. She told that beautiful story about that in that video. If you go back and look, if you just type in scones, or she calls them scones, if you type in scones in my videos, hopefully it will come up. Anyway, she and her husband walked by one day. They had been living in Australia for a long time. He's Australian. They have a house there. And they were back in the neighborhood. They owned a house in the neighborhood for a long time, as long as we did. And they walked by one day, and we just started talking, and we became great friends. And so I love that. And so that's been another consideration for me, being out in the middle of nowhere by myself. And, I want to learn how to properly handle and shoot a gun so that I can defend myself against predators, human or animal. And, and, but I haven't done that yet. So that's a consideration. And I feel like I still need to be within shouting distance of somebody. So I don't know. There's so much to consider. Uh, let's see. Does that mean Valari is in Russian? Does that mean are those two? Oh, that's my name. That's how my name would write. It must be because it starts with K and K. I can't even imagine how you pronounce that. I could ask my piano tuner if I ever see him again. Hey, Hazel. Thank you, Barbara. Hey, Michael. Well, I'm in Tennessee today. Just got here this morning. Got up at 3. Caught a flight at 6:20. Got here at 12:30 or so. And by the time I have never done this, but I saved so much money by getting a rental car from downtown rather than the airport. I've always just gotten a car at the airport, but I called up, and it was going to be like $1,400. I could buy a nice used pickup truck for that. And I said, wait a minute, that's so much money. And so then I called two different car companies at the airport. One of them was Enterprise. And so then I said, well, let me just call downtown, because the last time I didn't fly into Nashville, so I had rented downtown. And they said, yeah, it's going to be like $700 less. And so today I took my first Uber from BNA, which is the International Airport in Nashville, to Enterprise car rental downtown. And of course, that's just a few blocks from Melrose Craft Beer and Burgers. I think it's called Melrose Craft Beer and Burgers. And so I went in and I had a Bakersfield burger, in honor of California. Of course, it has avocado. So that's the thing I will miss the most about gardening in California is being able to grow passion fruit. Might be able to grow passion fruit in Tennessee. I'm not sure. What do you think, Daryl? Daryl's gonna get me growing bamboo. I can guarantee you that, because I do, as I recall, Daryl has said that bamboo shoots are actually very nutritious. Now, how many people grow bamboo and eat the shoots? Does anybody here except for Daryl? I think you're missing out. So am I. He served them for me, they're very good. Yes, yes, Kevin, because most of it's already been lived, and so this is all I've got left. Okay, Denise. I know that there's a really good, my brother said there's a really good uh, place to learn to shoot in Nashville, but I don't know outside of Nashville where to go. Anyway, Michael, to answer your question, I'm in Tennessee with the two overarching purposes of seeing my mother, who's doing pretty well, and she's going to have a birthday on the 12th. And so I'm heading back to California the next day. So I'm going to stick around for that. Meanwhile, I'm going to be continuing to look for properties. I have one that I've, you know, kind of set on. But until everything washes out, I'm going to keep looking. So, that's fantastic, Valari. Thank you. Spread the word. Now that you know how to say my name in Russian, go around and say it in Russian. Say, have you seen her channel? Have you seen her channel? So, what I was going to say is the Uber driver lived in a town called Lebanon, and I looked in and around Lebanon and Carthage, and he said something very positive about Watertown. He said you should really buy a place in Watertown. And I had looked at a couple of places in Watertown, although I've never been there. So it's interesting, when you're here and people start talking. Yes, a lot of taxes, I guess. Oh, Olive, how long have you been there, Olive? Because I was talking about your salve, comfrey salve earlier, and putting it on my hands. Olive Gaines is the one that made this and sent it to me. And Olive, didn't you send me the star earrings too? And I lost one when I was over visiting my mother. I was lifting her and all this, and I don't know if it fell off in the parking lot or what, but I only have one star left. And my son gave me these beautiful earrings years ago. Well, since late bloomer, but years ago. And they're like these hummingbirds. And I lost one of those. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to wear a star and a hummingbird. Why do they have to match? Thank you so much. Thank you for spreading the word in Russia. Thank you, Lori. Thanks for tuning in. Yes. I agree, Michael. Michael, did you ever connect with what's her name in Ashland? We got 1 minute. Judy Fannin. Did I remind you of her name? Judy Fannin. I'm sure you could find her. She's in the gardening. She's big up in the gardening club there. I'm sure she would love to show you her garden, which is in that town next door that I can't remember the name of, which is where the county extension office is, right by the levee, right by the levee. Is that what it is? Yeah. Oh, really, Daryl? And Overton County is not the boonies? Let's see. Scary why? Okay, thank you so much, Valari. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, everybody, we are signing off. It is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Yes, Catletsburg, thank you. Exactly. Don't know why I forgot that. 56 of you, I've got 43 of these. As you sign off, I hope you'll hit that like button if you're on mobile. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. I will see you Sunday from, hold, where will I be? Whoo, wow. Let's see, normally I go on at 8, which would be 11. I will be in Abingdon, Virginia on Sunday, and that is such a beautiful town. If you've never been to Abingdon, go there, go to the theater. It's just beautiful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you, everybody that has bought a t-shirt, a mug. Somebody bought a mug. I was going to give you a shout out. Mark, Mark bought a t-shirt. Who bought a mug? I'll do it next time, I promise. Thank you so much. There are 5 mugs left. Really need to sell those. I paid for those in advance, so I need to make that money back. So I hope there's at least 5 of you in the United States only, mainland, that can make a $40 donation to my channel through my PayPal link on my homepage, and you will be sent. That includes shipping. That includes the making of the mug, which is they're made one at a time, and the shipping, and about a $5 donation to this channel. So if you can do that, that would be awesome. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay well, and God bless you. Thank you for tuning in.